My name is Devin, the DIY Lawn Coach. Thank you so much for coming back for another episode of the Lawns and Life podcast. We are already into the middle of December and winter is fast approaching. And so I just want to help you guys make sure that your lawn is ready. Make sure your home is ready for winter. So let's talk about it. I want to discuss, what you need to be doing to get your home and your lawn ready. I also want to give you my top 5 Christmas movies, lawn edition. And then I'm going to give you guys some great gift ideas to get that DIYer in your life. Maybe that's you. Maybe you're giving it as a gift. With all that, let's get into the podcast. Welcome to the Lawns and Life podcast, where DIYers go to get the tips and advice they need to have a great looking lawn. Thank you so much for coming back for another podcast. So things in the lawn are slowing down, but that doesn't mean that we're not busy. I don't know if you guys are like me, but as things are slowing down in the lawn, that just gives my wife the opportunity to get that honey-do list, right? So thank you so much for coming back for another week. These podcast series is so much fun for me. I hope you guys are enjoying it as much as I am. So winter, it's coming, guys. If it's not already arrived at your house, it is coming your way. And I want to help you guys get ready for winter. I want to make sure your lawn and your home are protected. And so I just want to kind of go over that with you guys and get you ready. So let's jump right into it. Let's start with your lawn first. Now, most of you have already gotten down your winterizer application of fertilizer. Why that's so important is because we want to have the greenest lawn going into spring. And so in order to do that, we need to throw down our winterizer. Again, most of you have already done that. If you have not, you are probably not too late. As long as you don't have snow on the ground, your ground's not frozen, I would say go for it. Throw it down. Now we're shooting for 1/2 pound to maybe 3/4 pound of nitrogen per 1,000. So get that down, get that watered in, and you'll be off and running next spring for sure. But when it comes to your lawn and getting it ready, getting it protected from the harsh elements of winter, let's make sure our irrigation system is taken care of. So if you have an irrigation system in ground, you probably should be blowing that out if you haven't already. You want to hook up an air compressor, use the pressure of that air to blow out all of your lines, make sure there's no water in there, to make sure if it does freeze, it doesn't ruin any of your critical components within your irrigation system. So get that done. Don't wait, don't delay on that. Leaf cleanup is something else that you got to stay on top of. If you're, like me, nights, it's getting dark around here, 5:30. And so there's not a whole lot of light to begin with. So stay on top of those leaves, get those things up, mulch them, blow them. My recommendation is that you mulch them. You don't necessarily have to blow them, mulch them up. That's great. That kind of goes right into the mowing aspect. Maybe you've already mowed for the last time. If that's the case, raise your mower deck up, mulch up those leaves. But if you haven't, gives you another excuse to break out that mower just one more time, get out there, take care of those leaves. If you want to mow a little bit lower for your last mow, I say go for it. You're going to be okay. I made a video, not too long ago about should you lower your height of cut going into winter. And in that video, I talk about, the main reason why I would want you to lower your height of cut is if you're concerned with snow mold. If you're putting, those inflatables, those Snoopy inflatables or whatever out on your lawn, Christmas, the Santa Claus or the Rudolph the reindeer out into your lawn. Maybe you want to mow the grass a little shorter just so it doesn't mat down. But mow a little bit lower if you need to. Here in my area, I don't normally recommend mowing a little shorter. Again, nights are a little colder here, but we don't get the snow cover like you guys do up north. So I'm not going to mow any shorter. I'm just going to keep it at that 3.5 inch all year long going back into spring. And then the last thing that we can do, the only thing that I can think of that we need to do to make sure that our lawns are ready for winter is make sure you go back and trim any of your landscape. So any trees, shrubs, especially you guys that get a lot of snow. That snow can be very heavy, ice. We don't want it to break the limbs. For me personally, I have what's called liriope. I think they call that monkey grass, but I'm going to go back and trim that up. And the way I do that is just take a rope or a bungee cord and I wrap it around the liriope, pull it all together. And then I take my hedge trimmer and I whack it off at the bottom. And then what's nice about having the rope or the bungee cord there is it helps keep it all nice and neat because that could be kind of a bundle. So again, just bunch it all up, take the hedge trimmer and whack it off right there at the bottom. Cleans it up. The liriope will it'll lay over and turn brown and ugly, and so we want to get that cleaned up. But walk around your lawn, make sure it's cleaned up, make sure your sticks and debris are taken care of, and that's about it. I mean, that's really all we can do for the lawn to make sure that it's prepared. So let's focus on the home for a second. Let's look at what we can do, on the outside or exterior of our home to get it ready. First things first, make sure your gutters are cleaned out. We don't want any issues with water because our gutters are cleaned up. But I guess the most important thing is to make sure that your faucets or your spigots, I guess they call them, are dry, right? So make sure you go shut those off, disconnect any hoses. I've got I guess they call it a frost cover that you put over the outside of your spigot. I do actually have the frost-proof spigots, which they say you don't have to worry about, but I've just been doing it for years, so that's just what I'm going to do. So I'm going to turn off the water. I'm going to go in and put those covers on there and make sure that we don't have any issues with that. Water hoses, any of the connections to the water hose, any of the accessories I may have on there, I'll probably bring those inside. And then I'm going to make sure all the water gets out of those hoses. I'm going to lay them out across the driveway, get all the water out. When water freezes, it expands. And so if it's in there, it could potentially, cause damage. Probably won't burst, but it's just better to be safe than sorry. And then I kind of throw this in with the home, and that's looking at making sure we're servicing our lawn equipment. Make sure your lawnmower, change the oil, change your filters, your air filter, your oil filter, change your spark plugs. Go ahead and sharpen your mower blades. And the main reason we want to do that is just so that when we go into spring, we want to make sure that all of our equipment is ready to go, fresh, clean. Pull that thing out, give it a good wash. I know me personally, I've probably got 1 or 2 mows still left. And once that's done, then I'm going to go through that process and I'll change the oil, I'll wash it, get it cleaned up, right? We want to put it away clean so that we get it out next year. We are ready to go. Add some fuel stabilizer to your tanks. They say not to use ethanol, fuel with ethanol in it. So put some fuel stabilizer in your gas can and in your gas tanks just to make sure that those are safe, especially for you guys up north where maybe you won't be starting this lawn equipment for a few months. Here in the transition zone, I may actually mow one time in December, maybe one time in January, possibly. Just really depends on the weather. So I'm not really worried about the fuel going bad, but look, it's better to be safe than sorry. So I'm going to do that. And then the last thing that I'm going to do to my lawnmower to get it ready is I'm going to disconnect the battery and I'm going to add a battery tender to that just to make sure the battery stays charged. Again, when we roll into spring, want to make sure that everything is ready to go. Now, as I've said before, here in the South, we don't get a lot of snow, but if you do get a lot of snow, I'd probably recommend you break out that snow blower, pull that thing out of the garage, maybe start it, make sure it's running, make sure it's good. But again, at the end of last season, you should have changed the oil, gotten it ready. So hopefully your snow blower ready to go, find your shovels, all that stuff for you guys that get snow. Now, we don't get snow here. So I'm going to break out my backup generator. I'm going to check the oil in that, make sure we're good, make sure I've got, I have a dual fuel propane. So it runs on propane and gas. Propane, Bobby. I can't say propane without thinking of King of the Hill, right? It's just propane, Bobby. I love that show. Anyway, I digress. But propane, I runs on propane and gas. So backup generator, make sure that's good. Snowblower's good. Pull it out. Just prepare, right? That's all we're doing. You know, we want to be prepared for anything that might come our way. But other than that, that's about it for our home and our lawns. So hopefully you guys found that helpful, and go back and make sure all that stuff's done so that you are ready for winter. But other than that, I think you're going to be good to go. All right, so let's talk about today's sponsor of the video, which happens to be me, the DIY lawn coach. And I really just want to take a second and just invite you guys to follow me on social media. For those of you that don't know, I do have a private Facebook group, the DIY Lawn Coach group. Just go on there, go on Facebook, type that in. You got to join the group. Love to have you. Feel free to follow me on Instagram as well. You know, on these social pages, I just like to, post maybe some personal stuff. I like to post funny videos, memes, announcements, sales, articles, all that kind of stuff. So if you're looking and want to join the group, would love to do that. Instagram, show you pictures. You know, the other great thing about that Facebook group is it's an opportunity for you to show off your lawn to some others, right? Why do all the work if you're not going to show it off? So I just wanted to personally invite you guys to come and check out the socials there. So, all right, now I want to have a little bit of fun with you guys today. Christmas, as we mentioned, right around the corner, and I'm kind of I guess I'm a sucker for a good Christmas movie. And so I wanted to give you guys my top 5 Christmas movies, but I'm going to do it with a twist. I'm going to give it to you lawn edition, and I'm going to tell you with each movie why I chose that. So let's get into it. Number 1, and I'm going to rank these number 1 to number 5, and number 1 Christmas movie by far, no surprise, right? Christmas Vacation. And so why did I pick Christmas Vacation? I love that movie, by the way. It's just fantastic. Watch it several times a year. Christmas Vacation. So why is it number 1?
Everybody come out quick, look at the lights!
How could you not like Clark Griswold's Christmas light display? I mean, it's just freaking amazing, right? And so that has to be number 1. I'm jealous. You know, you can see that thing from space, which is impressive. So number 1, Christmas Vacation, great Christmas movie for lawn edition. Number 2, coming in at the number 2 spot, is probably my all-time favorite Christmas movie, and that is A Christmas Story. Ralphie, great movie. If you haven't seen it, highly recommend it. You know, here in my family, we watch that. I turn that on once the kids come down on Christmas morning, and that'll be on the TV literally all day long. And it's just one of those movies I can watch it. I can start at the middle and watch the end. I can start at the end and then watch it back to the middle. I love that movie. One of my all-time favorites. But so why it made number 2 is because we're cool season lawn guys, right? So part of the movie was filmed in Cleveland, Ohio, which is right in the middle of cool season lawn territory. So that's why I made it number 2 on the list. So number 2, Christmas Story.
No, I want an official red undercover knife, so do you want to get ready by the rifle?
You'll shoot your eye out, kid.
Number 3 on the list is the movie Home Alone, which we're all DIYers, right? And so there is no better DIYer than Kevin McAllister. I mean, think about it. In that movie, you've got the 2 bad guys trying to break into Kevin's house while his family's gone. And, he DIY style rigs all those booby traps and just does a phenomenal job. Love that movie. And, coming at number 3 spot for the DIY Home Alone. Number 4, which maybe you guys think this is a little bit debatable, like the movie. And I must say, this is the original. This is not the remake. I'm a classic guy. And so number 4 is How the Grinch Stole Christmas. And I really don't have a good reason as to why that came in at number 4, other than The Grinch is Green, and I like the movie. And it's a classic, timeless classic, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. And then coming in at number 5, the 5th best Christmas movie, Lawn Edition, has to be A Charlie Brown's Christmas.
I guess you were right, Linus. I shouldn't have picked this little tree. Everything I do turns into a disaster. I guess I really don't know what Christmas is all about. Isn't there anyone who knows what Christmas is all about?
Sure, Charlie Brown. I can tell you what Christmas is all about.
Love that movie. Is it a movie, I guess? Well, maybe it's just a show, but nonetheless, another Christmas tradition for my family is we typically will watch that before we go to church on Christmas Eve. Great movie. And so why did it make the list? You know, Charlie Brown in that movie or show is in search of the meaning of Christmas. And I think, like us, we're all in search of a great looking lawn, just like Charlie Brown's in search of the meaning of Christmas. So what better way to celebrate, being a DIYer and Christmas with giving you guys a list, or a top 5 list of the best Christmas movies. So leave me a comment down below. Let me know, what did you think? Did I miss something? Is there a movie that maybe you would recommend, or maybe one that I missed? Love to hear from you. So leave me a comment down below. Would love to know what you guys think. All right, y'all. So for the last segment of this podcast, I want to give you guys some gifts, some ideas for gifts. Now, whether you're getting them for yourself, or maybe you're getting them as a gift, or need to tell somebody what to get you for a gift, I want to give you some ideas, kind of get your brain stirring a little bit. So the first recommendation that I would give you is a Flow Zone backpack sprayer. Now that's what you see. You guys see me use that in my videos, and I freaking love that thing. Gets a ton of use. They are very high quality, battery powered, tons of power, has all the accessories that you could ever need. So whether you're spraying your fertilizer or doing your pest control up into the eaves of your house, shoot, you could probably wash your car with that thing. It's so powerful. So just really versatile. And what I think I like most about it is the flexibility with different sprayer tips, and the ability to put different things in there, and it's powerful enough to spray all that out. Great backpack sprayer. So if you are in the market for a backpack sprayer or want something, I highly recommend getting that Flow Zone backpack sprayer. And sometimes they go on sale, so be looking for that. I think I got an email a couple of days ago about they were like 10% off or something. So always be looking for deals. They're always doing that. Another really great or interesting gift that I would recommend for the DIYer would be a blade sharpener. So it's a kit that you mount to your table, and you hook up your angle grinder to it, and it makes it where your blades are perfectly sharp. It gets it at just the right angle, because really when you're sharpening your mower blades, that's probably the hardest part. But I think that would be a great gift to give somebody. It's different, maybe something they hadn't thought about, maybe something they don't want to spend the money on for themselves, and you want to give it as a gift. So a blade sharpener would be awesome. Along with blade sharpener, a blade balancing kit. Now that's a great stocking stuffer, something that most people just don't think about or use. I myself use a nail. I could probably use a blade sharpener, or blade balancing kit, if I'm being honest. Could probably use a blade sharpener too, if I'm being perfectly honest. Probably help me get a little bit sharper blades. And then another really cool gift that I just thought was really cool when I was kind of doing the research on this and thinking about what would be good gift ideas for you guys. So Myers soap, right? The people that make the bathroom soap. Well, they make a scent of bathroom soap. It's called Fresh Cut Grass. Now, how cool is that? I think that's awesome. I'd love to be washing my hands and smelling that fresh cut grass, because in the wintertime, we're not mowing grass. I don't know that my wife would like that, but I would really like it. It's something I would really like as a gift. So I'm sure you guys would too. So check that out. And again, I didn't mention this yet, but I'm going to leave links to everything down below just to try to make it easier for you guys to be able to source this stuff out. So if you're interested in any of this stuff, by all means, check it out. Thinking about, maybe something a little bit different. It's a fishing shirt. Now, it's not for fishing. What I use them for is to help protect my skin, and they're moisture wicking, so they stay a little bit cooler. So what better way to tell your DIYer that you love them and that you're thinking about them and you want them to be safe and not only be safe, but stylish all at the same time. So get them a fishing shirt. I think Columbia makes them. You can pick them up at most, you can, of course, buy them online, but you can buy them locally too. But just a long sleeve fishing shirt makes a great, mowing accessory. Help protect that loved one who's out there mowing grass when it's 95 degrees outside. Another really good gift that I want to tell you guys about, and this is something that I have personal experience using, and I love them. They are the 3M, they're called 3M Work Tunes wireless Bluetooth headphones. I think that's like the official name. Love them. They connect to your phone so you can wirelessly listen to music. The mowers can be really loud, and so they help with hearing protection as well. And, one thing that I know my wife, just a little soft plug here, my wife likes them because when I'm out mowing and she needs to get a hold of me, she doesn't have to stand in the driveway and like flag me down and yell at me. She can call me and it'll come through the headset, which is really cool. Now you can't talk back and forth, but at least I don't miss that phone call. That's a cool little feature, but love them. The sound quality is great. They're pretty affordable for what they are, and the batteries last forever. Great. Highly recommend the 3M Work Tunes headphones. We were talking earlier about getting your lawnmower ready for winter, and I told you guys to make sure you have a battery tender. So if you don't own a battery tender, that would make a great Christmas gift. Matter of fact, I got one for Christmas last year, and it's awesome, right? I mean, it makes sure that my batteries are charged. So doesn't have to just be for your lawnmower. You can use it on your motorcycle or your boat or your ATV or your UTV or whatever. A battery tender, great little stocking stuffer too. And then the last gift that I want to tell you guys about would be to visit thediylawncoach.com and go check out a lawn plan or a newsletter or maybe a hat. I don't know. Have fun. So I just want to invite you guys to go check that out. It's a great way to support me, support the channel. The nice thing about those lawn plans, and they're very detailed. I took a lot of time to write those. There's a ton of really good information in there. So if you are looking for a lawn plan, why not buy mine, right? 30 some pages, breaks down fungicides and fertilizers and just pesticides and when to apply and how much and timing, and go into all that stuff, really detailed. But, they're an instant download. So if you watch this video or you need a last minute gift or just don't know what to get somebody, get them the gift of a great looking lawn. And you can just digitally download that, and then you can send that to them, or you could print it off, put it in their stocking. Great little stocking stuffer. So just want to soft plug that. I've got a 15-year-old and a 12-year-old, and, Christmas, the meaning of Christmas, while it's still the same, it's about the birth of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. As you get older, Christmas, the meaning of Christmas doesn't change, but the feeling of it changes. I remember when my kids were much younger, and their excitement for Christmas and coming down the stairs and presents and all that stuff was just amazing. And now it's, hey, Dad, what are you going to get me for Christmas? Or they get it 3 weeks before. So if you have young kids, cherish those moments with them and really soak it in and enjoy it. But I hope you guys, I know we're still maybe a week or so away from Christmas, but hope you guys have a Merry Christmas. And again, thank you so much for checking out the podcast. If you want to check out my socials, leave me a message. Love to connect with you there. My name is Devin. I'm the DIY Lawn Coach. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.